Hey world! So since I'm not doing my monthly wrap-ups anymore, and there are still some books I obviously want to talk about because I'm still reading, I thought I'm just going to do what basically every other booktuber is doing and talk about some books I've read recently. Yay! I'm not going to talk about books I've read for readathons, so I'm just going to leave links to those vlogs and wrap-ups and all that stuff down below so you can check that out, because I've already talked at length about most of these books, and I'm just going to talk about the few that haven't been included in that, and by a few I mean 3, so here we go. And actually with the first one I'm already breaking the rule, because I did read this for readathon, and it's Your Name. And Your Name was an anime that was quite popular, and I actually saw it in cinema, which I think was the first time I ever saw an anime in cinema, and was just breathtaking, and the movie is so wonderful and you should definitely watch it. Anyways, there is obviously also a manga for it, but there's also the novel. I saw the film first, and I think that it is the best medium for this story, because it's about these 2 teenagers who switch bodies every now and then, and in the film you just have so many scenes where the other one isn't actually on screen but they're still present, and it really works with this medium. But I do understand how in the book you can go more into the mind of the people, and you can go more in depth into their thoughts and their feelings on this whole situation, because obviously it's a really personal thing to have someone else in your body and kind of living your life. And the novel did this really clever thing where one perspective is on the left side of the page and one on the right side, and sometimes they're overlapping, and then you have writing in the middle, and it's just so interesting to see this difference. Both with the film and the book, it felt like I was switching between perspectives, but never felt like they were going against each other. It wasn't like I was actually with 2 different people, but it was like one person switching perspective, and this closeness of the characters was very different in the film and the novel, but still present in both. And I found that so fascinating, how 2 ways of telling a story can give such a different light and such a different focus on the same story, but still give me the same feeling. Then in March I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower, which again I already saw the film of years and years ago, and I loved it, I adored it. And then I bought the book because I thought I liked the film, so I'm gonna read the book now. But I never could bring myself to read it, because there's this one thing that's like really emotionally destroying, and I kind of didn't want to relive that. I've also not seen the film again. I've seen it once, but I could never bring myself to go through that pain again. So I did finally bring myself to read the book, and I was kind of surprised. First of all, because the thing that broke my heart in the film was even more present in the book, and therefore I was just sobbing and crying and yeah, being in pain throughout the entire novel, which was really fun. But also with the writing style, because in the film it seems so poetic and so journal-like, but in like more like a scrapbook kind of journal than a dear diary. And in the book it's just, I don't know, I kind of was a bit let down because it wasn't as poetic as I expected. It was kind of casual and also really short letters. You need something simple to represent something that complex so that you can truly understand it. The more I realized that, the more I really enjoyed the book. To me it felt like a completely different story, even though the plot was still the same, and as I said, the thing that broke my heart was there, and all the lovely, sweet, wonderful friendship scenes were also there, but it didn't feel the same. Happyface by Stephen Amond. I basically just picked this up because it looks so, yeah, it looks the way it looks. It's like this diary of this kid who everyone calls Happyface because some really horrible stuff happens in his life, and then he moves to a new town with a new school, and he decides that there he won't be like the loser kid. He will always smile, he will be funny, he will make everyone else around him happy, and kind of create this new life and this new identity for himself. It has these gorgeous illustrations because the protagonist is like an artist in the sense that he deals with stuff by drawing it, and it's really pretty, and also has like the scrapbook pages. It was almost too close at some points because this is like a diary of the protagonist. I sometimes felt like I was invading his private space. It kind of freaked me out at some points, especially towards the end when there are a lot of plot twists and a lot of big revelations. It kind of took me aback, but in the best way possible, because when you get something like that, such a feeling from a book, especially from like such a childish book with like these little doodles and stuff, when that can create such a strong emotion in the reader, then I think it's just a really good book. And apart from that, I hope you always have a reason to smile, and I shall see you soon. Bye!